that experience. The only thing that I could think of that would work for you to give you that experience, to really give you that ambition, that self efficacy, which is like, it's almost like committing. Like, you have knowledge of it, you want to do it, you're committing to it, you have ambition, you have motivation, you have all these things where you're going straight forward and nothing can stop you because you're like, this is the train that I'm riding to my goals. This is the direction I'm going. Anybody want to come along, you're more than welcome to jump on the train. But this is opportunity, this is what I'm striving for, and the only way you get there is really understanding, really taking the time to research, taking the time to be involved and be a part of it. And there's a program for that. And I don't know if I shared that with you, but it's called the Explorers Program. So what it is that it's like National City PD has their own, Chula Vista PD has their own, San Diego PD has their own, Customs and Border Patrol and the Sheriff, San Diego County Sheriff. So all of them have an Explorers Program where it's from ages 16 to 20. You could go and be part of their group. You have to sign up. Your mom has to go and sign you in, and sign off permission that you get to work with them because you're underage. But you get to go and be part of that group, and they meet like once a month. Sometimes they do special events, and when that happens, you get uniform, nice little cadet uniform, and basically you'll go out and do traffic like events like concerts or games or something like that, like when there's a Charger game, and like those guys out there that are directing traffic and stuff like that. I don't know if you haven't been to one, but concerts, like out there, things like that. So you're doing that, and you get a specific, like a radio and communication, but they teach you how to do that before they throw you out there. They don't just throw you out there and this is what you do, but they work with you and they give you that experience that you need, and you're able to see it firsthand on, you're able to see it. And that's where the experience and the commitment kicks in, because once you get involved and you start talking to other officers about that, like, hey, I went, I'm thinking of you're out there alone, you're out there with a gun, and that's all you got, and you're by yourself. Like, what is that? What is that experience for you? And they'll share that with you. That's what they're there for. That's what the program is there to give you, that experience, that those questions that you want answered, so you could come back with the understanding that, you know what, I think I could do this. I think I could do this. If they can do it, I know I can do it. And then you find the commitment to get there. And when that happens, that's where the train just takes off, because you're motivated. You're like, this is the accomplishment that I'm going to make for myself, and this is the direction that I'm going to take. And I give that to people because I had that experience and I wanted to do that, but it did get hard for me in college. When I first went to Southwestern and joined, it was a challenge for me, but I wasn't mentally prepared, and I wasn't, was it, gosh, okay. I wasn't like mature enough. I wasn't mature enough at that time. Responsibility, I had no understanding of it. I got out of high school and I just fell into a different, area, and I just lost interest in it. Now, do I wish I would have gone back and redid it? Heck yeah, of course I do. But I chose another career. I chose this career. So that's what I did. But if people had the understanding of it, then that it would be different. Is that something that you think? Because I don't want to push that on you, because like you said, you're getting that kind of pressure a little bit from your family.
Yeah.
I'm not here for that either, but I want, because I think after that, to talk about this voice animation and acting and stuff like that, like doing some of this and finding schools and programs that allow you to do that. Like I was with your research, try to bring someone possibly to come to the school. Of course, I would have to talk to the counseling team and see how they feel about that, but kind of introduce you, or you go visit the school that has that and gather that information.
Yeah.
You would talk to them about animation, about acting, about voiceovers, about gaming voice and things like that. And how do I get into that, because that's what I want to do. And then once you understand that and you accept that, then guess what? That train takes off, and that one's going the same way. So the way that you do it is you try to find the best one. If you end up doing both, hey, more power to you, brother. You're just like, hey, I have ambition. I'm going to do both of these things, and that's right there is an opportunity right there. That some people only dream of. Some don't even get a chance for that. So, you definitely want to keep that in your pocket and say, okay, I'm gonna try out these two things and see where it takes me, because that's what it's about. You're along for the ride, brother. You're gonna see where it's gonna take you and how you're gonna get there and what opportunities present themselves. And trust me, once you start having that motivation and that ambition, man, doors open like crazy. It's almost like you can't even make a wrong choice, and you'll see that it comes slowly. It's not like right away and it happens, but when it does, man, it just, you're like, what direction am I gonna go to?
Yeah.
And I want that for you. I want you to have that. How does that sound? How do you feel about that?
It's great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, with that, we'll look into both.
Yeah.
Yeah? But I also want to challenge you into kind of doing it on your own. And then, you're more than welcome to come back and see me whenever you have that information. Or if I call you out first, if I do it first and then call you out to have something. I want you to have something for me so that we could bounce ideas off each other. Because right now you were talking to me, so we're bouncing ideas off each other again, so I want to be able to have that opportunity. So it's like, you go home, you're like, okay, I'm going to just look up some universities, or let's see if I could find time, because I know during the week it's hard to go out there and talk to a professor and say, hey, can you tell me a little bit about how did you get here, what's the process once I graduate from Southwestern College, what's the opportunity, what school would be good for me to go into animation, because I don't have too much knowledge about that, but we could look into it together. Yeah, I think that could be a plus right there. And then the Explorers program, you could obviously Google it up. I mean, I think I have some cards of some of the police officers that are involved in that, and I could pass those on to you, and you and your mom could talk about it, and go from there.
Yeah, well, she wants me to do what I want. But
of
she
course.
really she says you can do whatever you want. It's up to you. It's your life, But she really wants me to do law enforcement.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm going out with a girl, and she actually wants to do law enforcement too.
Really?
Yeah, and I had told my mom about her, and I was like, oh, like my girlfriend wants to do law enforcement too. But she had told me that way before we started dating too.
Okay.
So I mean, I've known for a long time.
Yeah.
But I had just told her when I met my father.
Yeah.
I had just told her, I was like, hey, well, she wants to do this, because they had asked me, what does she want to do? Because my mom knows her.
Yeah.
She's like, what does she want to do? And I was like, oh, she wants to do law enforcement. She wants to become a sheriff or work for the Border Patrol. Because she has an uncle who works at the Border Patrol.
Yeah.
So she has experience with that. So, Yeah, her uncle's pretty cool. Like,
you met him?
Yeah, I know most of her family already.
Oh, okay.
And he tells me all about the Border Patrol and stuff because I've told him that law enforcement was kind of my second choice, or kind of one of my choices right there. He said, you should do it. It's fun. Like, whatever you want to do in law enforcement, you should just do law enforcement in general. I was like, yeah. And he told me it was great. He was telling me all about the Border Patrol business that he does. Yeah. He said it's really cool, and he's telling me, like, he's mentioned to me, like, people he caught, and, like, not the names, but people he caught and stuff. And
his experience.
His experience on how he does it.
Yeah.
And I tell him, is it scary? Because he stays there late at night, too.
Okay.
I'm like, is it scary being there alone and stuff? He's like, it's kind of scary in the beginning, but you get used to it. I was like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, you know? Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of doing it, but then I have my doubts.
Okay.
And I also want to do the other career I want to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just having trouble picking.
Okay, so then we're gonna line that up with changing that trouble. We need to change that into something like, hey, this is the direction I'm gonna go. I made a decision. This is what I'm gonna do, and this is okay. And then the other thing, you know, you could bring them together in a sense. You just in time, you know, in layers, you know, with experience. You know, you're already connecting the dots. Look at, you already got your girlfriend's uncle is Border Patrol. And you're asking them all these questions, like you already have a connection already that most students who want to be in law enforcement have nothing. They just want to do it because it's cool. I just want to be in law enforcement. Yeah, you know, hey, and they tell the girls, and then the girls are all like, yeah, he wants to be, you know, he wants to be a police officer. That's cool, but they still yet have no idea what it takes. You know, the average age for a police officer to be in law enforcement is like 25 years old.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't start right out of high school.
No, you don't.
You gotta
to
build
wait
yourself.
until you're older, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta build. So within that time, you are preparing yourself to be better, to be the better person. So when the time comes, hey, we want Giovanni, and you have. Let's just say that, you know, your girlfriend. You know, let's go to that place where you guys are together forever, right? And it's time for you to sign up for Border Patrol. Guess what? The letter of recommendation comes in from her uncle. Boom, you're in, brother. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, or any law enforcement agency after that, because you have that letter. They have the connection. But let's just say you guys stay friends. You and your girl, you stay friends. You still have that. You know. And whatever you decide to do from here on out, that's the opportunity that you want to create for yourself. You want to be able to create the opportunity and say, look, I know people. I need your letters of recommendation to get into this law enforcement program. Like, I want to be a part of this. And that's, dude, the more people you know, the easier it's going to be for you.
Yeah.
The more confidence you're going to have, the more motivation you're going to have. And like I said, man, you're just going to take off with it. So those are the opportunities that I was talking about. You have that. You're developing that slowly, and I think that's a great thing, man. Like I said, you have more than what others, you know, even think about. Because, like I said, most people just think of it as, most people just think of it as, you know, it's a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
So that's good. So we're there. What time is it? Really quick. Let's talk about this how's school going? Let's talk about school. Talk to me about school, because you know you have all these goals. You got these personal goals. You got these desires, you know, and you have your idea. But you know, let's talk about school, okay? Because obviously we can't get there without school, right?
Yeah.
Without completing what? What do we gotta complete?
High school.
Yeah. So where are we at? Tell me what's going on tell me about your grades. Those just came out, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
No, they're coming out next week.
Are they?
Yeah, next Friday.
Okay.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah. And tell me about them.
Well, I mean, right now I'm really working hard to bring them up.
Okay.
Because
which ones are you working hard to bring up?
Most all of them.
Mostly all of them? Which ones stand out a little bit more than others?
Health and Spanish.
Health and Spanish.
Spanish, I have a B minus, I think. I brought up my F to a B, so that's good because of the quizzes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and health, I'm actually working on a project right now.
You are?
Yeah, we're doing this project on alcoholism.
Okay.
And we had to choose a person, celebrity or normal person, who had an alcoholic problem, and if they're like dead or alive, and if they recovered and how they did it and stuff, and Yeah, I chose the celebrity. I chose Eminem.
You did?
Yeah. Cause
Okay.
like I like most of his music, so
Really?
he's the only alcoholic celebrity I listen to, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually still